ever wondered if you could, like, really get the measure of something specific fast just by focusing on the key details?
Uh-huh.
Well, today, that's exactly what we're doing. We're skipping the endless scrolling and doing a deep dive into maybe something unexpected, a single real estate listing.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a Zillow listing pulled up here, and just a simple text confirming the address. It's for Penn 59 Lakemont Bend Lane in Pinehurst, Texas.
Right. And our goal, our mission, if you will, is to pull out the really interesting bits, the useful nuggets about this house.
Give you a shortcut, basically.
Exactly. A shortcut to understanding what makes this place tick, what makes it stand out. Okay, let's dive in. A real house. I'm actually quite curious.
Me too. Okay, so the fundamentals. It's a single-family home, like I said, Pinehurst, Texas, and it's inside the gated Wood Trace community.
Okay, gated. That already tells you something.
Definitely. The full address again, 1059 Lakemont Bend Lane, zip code 77362. And if you're looking on Zillow, the MLS number is 571-44438.
That MLS number, right? That's like its unique ID in the system, helps agents track it.
Precisely. Keeps everything organized.
So, Pinehurst, gated community, and the price.
Listed currently at $664,000.
664 KK. And I see here there was actually a price drop recently.
Yeah, just a small one, $6,000 off, back on April 18th.
Interesting. So they adjusted it a bit. What about the Zestimate? Does Zillow agree?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. The Zestimate is actually a little lower, $651,800.
Oh, okay. So about a $12,000 difference. What do you make of that?
It could mean a few things, right? Maybe the sellers are leaving room to negotiate, or perhaps they feel certain features like the listing mentions a premium elevated lot justify that higher asking price.
Things Zillow's algorithm might not fully capture.
Exactly. For you as someone looking, that gap is definitely something to, explore. Why the difference? Is there value there the Zestimate missed?
Makes sense. And thinking about ongoing costs, there's an HOA fee?
Yep, $100 a month. So $1,200 a year. Pretty standard for a community with amenities, which we'll get to.
Okay. And if someone wanted to actually call about it?
The listing agent is Sam Sharif with Remax Elite Properties. The number listed is 713-806-6939.
Good to know. How long has it been up for sale?
61 days on Zillow as of, well, when we checked earlier today.
Okay, 2 months.
Yeah, about that. And the listing itself was updated just 13 hours ago. So things are active.
That time on market, 61 days, it gives you a little bit of a feel, doesn't it? Maybe about interest levels or the initial price.
Could be. And the recent update definitely shows they're actively marketing it, trying to get eyes on it.
Right. Okay, let's picture walking in. How big are we talking?
It's 3,376 square feet. So a good size. Not huge, but definitely not small. Built in 2022.
Pretty new then. And the layout, it says 1.5 stories. What does that usually imply?
Yeah, that's an interesting design. Usually means the main living spaces and often the primary bedroom are downstairs, with maybe like a bonus room or extra bedrooms upstairs. Less stair climbing day to day for the main stuff.
Okay. And this one has 4 bedrooms, 4 baths.
4 beds, yeah. And 4 baths. But it's 3 full baths and 1 half bath.
Gotcha. And the listing confirms that layout idea.
It does. It mentions 1 bedroom is upstairs, along with a full bath up there, too.
Yeah.
So that confirms the 1.5-story concept. Right. Creates a nice, flexible space.
Okay. And downstairs, what rooms are listed?
Let's see. Breakfast room, family room, a formal dining room. Nice to have that separate space.
Yeah, not always standard anymore.
Right. An office, and they actually call it a home office, mentioned as special.
Ooh, special. What makes it special, I wonder? Maybe built-ins? Good view?
Could be. That's a detail you'd want to see in person, right?
Yeah.
It also lists a living room and a utility room.
So that special office is a little hook. And having that upstairs bedroom with its own bath, that's super flexible. Guest suite, media room.
Teenager's lair.
Yeah,
Lots of possibilities.
definitely. And the main bedroom, the primary.
That's downstairs, along with 2 other secondary bedrooms also on the first floor.
Okay, so 3 beds down, 1 up. That's a popular layout, especially for accessibility or families who want to be on the same level.
Absolutely. Now, moving inside, what are the finishes? Anything stand out?
Well, it mentions designer wood look tile.
Ah, okay. So the look of wood, but potentially more durable, easier to clean. Practical choice.
Yeah. And a luxury island kitchen open to the family room. That's a big one for people these days, right? That open concept living.
Huge. Creates that central gathering spot.
Yeah.
And the appliances sound pretty serious.
They do. Stainless steel, convection oven, and a double oven, gas cooktop.
Gas cooktop cooks often prefer that.
Right. Plus a trash compactor.
Yes.
Yeah. And the usual dishwasher, disposal, microwave. Sounds like a cook's kitchen.
Definitely seems well equipped. It also talks about a spacious primary suite with high ceilings and a spa-like bath.
Spa-like bath.
Yeah.
Always a good selling point. Creates that retreat feel.
For sure. And little details, too, like quartz counters, very popular, durable.
Yep. Pantry, under cabinet lighting in the kitchen. Those add up.
Crown molding, high ceilings, ceiling fans, plantation shutters.
Plantation shutters, those can be pricey but look great. Adds a nice touch of class.
It really does. They also mentioned an electric fireplace.
Okay, so ambiance without the hassle of wood.
Right. And practical stuff, too. Insulated low-E windows, window coverings included, and hookups for both electric and gas dryers. Options are good.
Always. Okay, let's step outside. What's the yard like?
The lot is just under 10,000 square feet. 9,883 to be exact. Decent size.
And it mentions premium elevated lot. What might that mean for a buyer?
Could mean better drainage, maybe slightly better views than neighboring lots, or just a more desirable position within that section of the community. Worth asking about.
Definitely. And this feature really jumped out at me when I read it. An extended patio with remote control up-down automatic shade.
Whoa, okay. That's not a standard issue.
Right. Imagine just hitting a button for instant shade. That's pretty slick.
That is a standout. Adds a lot of usability to the patio, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sun when you want it, shade when you need it. Very convenient.
Yeah, a real wow factor. What about parking?
3-car tandem garage. Attached.
Tandem, okay.
Yeah.
So long enough for 3 cars parked one behind the other in one bay, or maybe 2 cars plus storage.
Usually, yeah.
Huh.
Or one bay fits 2 cars end to end, and the other bay fits one. Lots of garage space either way.
Good for storage or extra vehicles. And the patio, besides the fancy shade.
It's also covered and screened.
Oh, nice. Screened is great in Texas for keeping bugs out.
Definitely extends the time you can comfortably spend out there. Plus, there's a sprinkler system and backyard fencing.
All good practical features. Sprinklers save hassle, fence is good for privacy, pets, kids.
Now, the build itself, it was Village Builders in 2022.
Okay, a known builder. Not some custom job, but a reputable production builder.
Right. Style is traditional. Materials are brick, stone, and stucco. Gives it that, classic Texas look.
Solid materials. Foundation.
Slab. Very common here. Roof is composition shingle. Again, pretty standard.
Okay. How about utilities and, energy stuff?
Heating is natural gas.
Yeah.
Cooling is electric. Water comes from a water district, typical for these kinds of communities.
And any green features mentioned? Energy savings?
Yeah, actually. They list an energy-efficient thermostat, energy-efficient lighting, and an HVAC system with a SEER rating over 13.
Okay, SEER 13. Good. Higher SEER means better cooling efficiency, right? Potentially lower electric bills in the summer.
That's the idea, yes. Better efficiency.
And the community itself, Woodtrace. What amenities does that 100-month HOA fee get you?
Quite a bit, actually. Jogging path, picnic area, playground, a pond, pool, and even tennis courts.
Wow, okay. So lots of built-in recreation options right there in the neighborhood.
Seems like it. A focus on lifestyle. And security-wise, it mentions an owned security system and a fire alarm are included.
Owned, not leased. That's a plus. And they even give the HOA phone number.
They do. 713-429-5440. Handy if you wanted to call and ask about specific rules or, community events.
Very transparent. Okay, let's talk numbers again briefly. Price per square foot.
Works out to about $197 per square foot based on the asking price.
$197.
And the taxes.
The tax assessed value is listed at $550,493. The annual tax amount based on that is $15,229.
Oof, yeah. Texas property taxes, good to know that number up front.
Absolutely. It's a significant ongoing cost. It went on the market March 6th of this year, 2025.
Okay, confirms the roughly 2 months. And financing.
Listing says cash or conventional loans. Standard terms. It's full ownership, not a leasehold or anything unusual.
Right. And just to place Pinehurst for listeners who aren't local, it's near places like Conroe, Magnolia.
Yeah, it's in that general Northwest Houston metro area. Growing corridor.
Got it. And finally, any upcoming viewing opportunities mentioned?
When we checked, the next tour time listed was actually today at 6 p.m., and there's an open house scheduled for this Saturday, May 10th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, so people can go see it for themselves soon if they're interested.
Exactly. So, yeah, putting it all together, you've got a pretty new house, 2022 build, in a desirable gated community. Lots of modern features, that cool patio shade.
That shade is definitely sticking with me.
Right. And a good mix of practical stuff, too. The price seems in line with a newer home in a community like that, but that recent price drop is noteworthy. maybe some motivation there.
Okay, so summarizing the real standouts for you, the listener, I mean, that extended patio with the automatic shade has to be one, right?
Absolutely. Very unique.
Then maybe the flexibility of the layout, that 1.5-story design with the upstairs suite.
Yeah, that adaptability is a big plus.
Yeah.
And probably just being in Woodtrace itself, the gated aspect, plus all those amenities, pool, tennis, paths.
Right, the whole lifestyle package that comes with the HOA. So for you listening, which of those things really clicks? Is it the newness, the security, that outdoor living feature?
What matters most to you in a home like this?
And thinking about next steps. If you were interested, what questions pop up? I'm thinking, like, what are the specific HOA rules? Paint colors, fences.
Odd one. Or what are the commute times really like from there to, say, downtown Houston or the Woodlands?
Yeah, traffic matters. And were there other upgrades, maybe not listed? Custom closets, better insulation, things you'd only see by visiting?
Exactly. This whole exercise, just digging into one listing, it kind of highlights how much info is packed in there, doesn't it?
It really does. Makes you think, beyond square footage and number of beds, what are those, like, less obvious things that really make a house feel like home or just make it a smarter buy?
Yeah. What are those nuances you look for when you're trying to see past the listing photos and really understand a place? Something to chew on.